Howdy, howdy, howdy. How's everybody doing tonight? We are here in downtown Clearwater. We are walking alongside the Fort Harrison, and I'm going to have to mute us in a second here because it seems as though they are jamming copywritten music. So hold on a moment. Well, they got some kind of big event going on back there. They got a live band playing, and they're doing some kind of cover. Actually, it's not a very bad band. I sound pretty good. So how's everybody doing tonight? You are looking at a couple of, where is that boy at? There's our boy Clearwater Chad here beside, daggone Kimball. There's Chad there behind us. Couple of whoop puppies here, folks. We've been out here working it pretty good. Here we're coming around. This is the famous Fort Harrison Hotel. And of course, right across the street there is Flag. What is going on with my lens? Hold on a second, folks. Let me clean this off. Goodness. Yeah, that's the walkway that goes over. All right, that looks a little bit better. We're waiting to meet up with Lori and some of the other folks that are supposed to be coming down here. Lori said she was going live at 8:15 tonight, so we'll see how that goes. You want to check her channel and see?
I'll check.
Yeah. So, like I said, we are down here. They're having some kind of event down here at the Fort Harrison. There's a lot of cars here. I was actually pretty surprised by it. And if you live here in Clearwater, make sure you're getting out there tomorrow. Here we go. Hold on. Believe it or not, the minute I started walking under the walkway there, they started playing music over the PA system there. And, you know, that's a common technique used against YouTubers, is to play copywritten or trademarked material so that they can put a copyright strike against you. So the minute I heard it playing, I was like, nope, we're going to mute this stuff. Let me see here. I don't want to block this driveway. Chadwick? Any idea where Lori's at? I see Lori back there, right behind us. There we go. Here we go. We got Lori Plays and Farrell Cheryl are down here. Captain Farrell Cheryl got her steamboat captain hat on. Howdy. So, oh, no, I don't believe in it. Everybody say hi to Lori Plays. Howdy. All right.
Irish Quidditch team. Irish Nationals won the Quidditch World Championship in 19.
I can actually go with that. And everybody say hi to Farrell Cheryl there.
Chad.
Captain Farrell Cheryl tonight.
Yes.
So I thought it was pretty interesting. The minute I started walking under the canopy here, they started playing music. And then the minute I got through, they stopped.
You know, I usually will start singing very, very loudly. Little baby Davy and his face Navy, and I will blast it. And normally they'll turn it down because they're like, oh, we don't want anybody to hear that.
Yeah.
Because they know I'll just go on about my merry way once they stop their shenanigans.
They're having a big old party in the pool area in the back there.
Yeah, we just walked by because we actually parked over here. I couldn't find the lot we were at last night. We kept getting twisted around.
It's a couple
blocks that way.
Just past Peace Memorial Presbyterian.
Yeah.
By the way, shout out to Peace Memorial Presbyterian Church coming that way from
Oh yeah.
to sell their property.
But as you hear, folks, my voice is kind of destroyed today, and we're a couple of whoop puppies. But
I'm usually here 3 times a week, and I've been here. Tomorrow night will be 4 nights in a row, coming all the way from Tampa. So, yeah, just for y'all.
thank you.
So I hope you feel loved.
Thank you.
Chad, what's the weather in Clearwater tonight?
Weather in Clearwater, Florida, 75 degrees and sunny.
Yeah.
Sunny. Look at that sunlight, folks. Look at that sunlight. How's everybody out there doing tonight? Let's see here. Freezinu. We got Crazy Right Lady, Mary Hatcher,
Doctor Who have their
Mona. Hey, Mona. I got your email earlier. Kareen, what's going on, Kareen? Louise. So let's see. Thank you from Southern California, rather be in Maui. I know I would too. Green, make sure I'm not missing anybody out there right now. Diana Johnson, Purple Groovy, what's up? Oh, I know. The fact is, I mean, you look at this place, gorgeous building, and flag, absolutely gorgeous. And it's just sad that they're being used for that. Yes, everybody. The fact is that I will. I have to mute it because I don't want to get. Hey, Cinderelli. I don't want to get a copyright strike because that's why they do that. Now, Lori was telling me that she'll get down here and start singing anti-wavy Davy songs, and there's the flag bus right over there. They got a fleet of those things. We saw them last night on our way out. They've got a fleet of those things. They parked not too far from here. And how much money are they spending to keep those things running? Escaping the cultivars. What's going on? Hi, Bo. Hope you're enjoying the warm weather there. It snowed here, and oh man, 80s, high 80s. I think we got into the 90s yesterday, but high 80s here. It's in the lower 70s. It feels nice and comfortable out here compared to how it did earlier. Chad and I went, if you saw on the community page, we went and met with Matt Cox of the Matt Cox True Crime channel there. Really great guy. And like I said, I was talking about it last night. If you watch Aaron's channel, he does a lot where he is talking about the how Matt Cox helped him out with a lot of great ideas on his new studio and things like that. Matt is a really knowledgeable guy. He knows more about he's forgotten more about this YouTube stuff. Hey, if you look up here on the walkway, you can see folks making their way across. Oh yeah, let's go walking. Whichever way you guys want to go.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah.
We are going to traverse our way around the building here.
So you've seen the park where you're not allowed to sit, right? It's a public park, but you're not allowed to sit.
No.
Oh, let's go there first.
Is that where Leanne and Mike got kicked off of it?
No, Mike got kicked off of another one.
Okay.
Down that way. But yeah, this is a park that they built for the public.
Okay.
It was a deal they made with the city to offer something, you know.
Okay.
And wait till I'm going to show you the sign.
With street.
Wow.
It's put
Let's
up in
see.
4 corners of this cute little park that no one ever sits in.
Really?
People run around in when they're on conditions, we're on liability.
Yeah.
But see, people just walk through. That's it.
You're allowed to walk through, but you can't. Oh, let's see here.
They took down their wall tech.
Oh, wow.
They took down the wall tech last night's park.
All right. So this says all Clearwater Police Department officers are authorized representatives to advise any person to leave these premises. Failure to vacate these premises after being so instructed may result in an arrest for trespass after warning. Florida statute 810.09. That's so heartwarming.
I know that one well. 81009.
She's been walking around this.
Oh, has she?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, now see, there are people sitting in it. They probably know who they are. If any of us sit in there right now,
Yeah.
cops will come.
It's called Bunker Up.
Why? We've been going in there. Well, we haven't sat in there, but we walked through there.
It's such a pretty little space.
And you should see this at Christmas time. It's amazing.
Really.
Beautiful big tree, lots of lights all over the place. Yeah.
Oh, wow. They're really celebrating Christmas when L. Ron Hubbard wanted to be the Antichrist?
Exactly.
Well, Christmas is an implant.
Hypocrisy, isn't it, folks?
And Jesus Christ was an implant.
Oh, I
That
did
was an
not.
implant.
Any other religious beliefs is all an implant.
Except
An
that he
implant.
said
All
he
right.
was
Wow.
So how
Because
does
you
that
know
fit in?
the moon
Well,
is empty and
he
it's full of
was-
computers.
Oh, it's the
Yeah,
moon's
I
empty
can't
and full of
even- yeah.
computers. Wow.
I want one of those hats so bad. Where did you get it? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I ordered a an admiral's uniform costume off of Amazon.
See, I
Yeah.
saw the whole unit. I'm
Yeah.
not
Oh, it's
sure.
Admiral. That would be
I wanted to. It won't be here till after Wednesday, and I wanted to have it for down here.
Navy. You should get full Navy uniforms and
Yeah.
just walk around here.
Well, that's my plan. I want to have it when I hit LA. So I'm walking around down
Well, when are you
there.
going there?
We haven't scheduled it yet. We're trying to get the money together to get ready to go to LA. So
I know. I need to go to LA.
Okay, so y'all, if you want me and Cheryl to go to LA, you know what you got to do.
yep. So
Just saying.
lived in Escondida, San Diego Island for 13 years. Wow.
What
Goodness.
is it? It's
Let's
Scientology is
see.
evil? Is that what you said?
Florida
Wow, y'all,
also
he
has a
went
new
there.
law that you
He
can't
went there.
protest in front of people's homes.
He went there.
He went there.
So what about that, Lori? Florida has a new law. You can't protest in front of people's homes now.
Since when?
Right.
Someone in my chat was saying they have a new law.
And
I
we
have
have
to
to
research it, but if it's new, I mean, I've been retired since 2012.
Amy M says Florida has a new law that you can't protest in front of people's homes.
I don't see that being. That's a. I
Hi,
think that's
Mandy.
a violation of the First Amendment.
I would think so.
Yeah, I'll research it,
but,
but I
yeah.
think that would be a violation of the First Amendment.
But you know how a lot of these states, they'll pass laws and then say, let the courts deal with it. So
Right, let it be
I'm not
challenged.
surprised.
Well, I do
Yeah.
know DeSantis did sign the protest thing that a car can hit us and there's nothing we can do about it if we're
Well,
protesting.
Well,
you know what?
that's if you're out there blocking the
Because
streets.
People were purposefully just walking in front of cars that were moving. And just
Yeah, see, that's
so
not
that they,
right.
And then they would all gather around them and
So,
start just.
folks, I
beating
am
the crap out of
just,
the car.
again, I cannot believe the beauty and splendor of this place. Look at this. I mean, such beautiful buildings. A hotel that
Exactly. That's very different. That's not a
the actual rooms themselves, the windows are pretty much blacked out. Oh, and you missed it last night when we left, Lori.
What happened,
We had a
bro?
white Jeep Cherokee that was following us as we left. And folks, listen to this. We left out. I noticed this white Jeep Cherokee was blocking the exit to the parking lot. I put my hand out and I waved at them, let them know they could come by. They did that, and then they immediately whipped around to the exit themselves, waited till we passed, came out behind us, and I noticed that if I turn left, they turn left.
Mhm.
If I would switch from the right-hand lane to the middle lane, they immediately did so. So then I started cutting up side streets, and they would come up the side streets right behind me and
Why don't
follow
they
every
Do
move.
that to me. I feel so left out.
Well, and then I noticed we had a second car that was following them, a little foreign compact car with really bright headlights. Because when the Jeep would lose me, then the little car would start following me. And finally, I just started driving up all these side streets, making all these weird turns and things like that. And we lost the little car, but we pulled into a Walmart parking lot, and the Jeep Cherokee pulled right in, and as he pulls in, he realizes we're parked right at the end of the parking aisle.
Mhm.
We're waiting right there. I'm just staring right at him.
Did you get his tags?
I couldn't get his tag because as soon as he realized that was us sitting there watching him, he shot off down to the, I think it was a Walgreens or something down there.
It's like
But
the
yeah,
dude in the suit
we-
yesterday when we said, "Oh, we started walking over when he was taking."
We had
pictures."
we had a tail last night, two different cars, and that's where we lost him. Was after Walmart. He shot up to the other end, and we shot right out of Walmart, and we didn't see him again after that. So yeah. You know,
one night. I
your-
want some fun
your
too.
PIs really, come on now, get them some better training. If that's the best you can do for surveilling people and for tracking people when they're out there driving, that's sad.
Not
You know.
good.
Oh my goodness. So, and then the nice thing is where we're staying has a real good closed circuit video system going there. So anybody that came in during the night, we'd know what was going on. We'd be able to point out who did it.
Nice.
What is it down here? We see more Teslas down here than anywhere else.
Yes.
Everybody's driving Teslas.
Everyone.
Now, we would have the police show up, and if we pulled up and we sat there blocking the road like that, the police would show up and get over their PA and tell us to move or they're going to cite us.
Yeah, I was like,
how are they?
6 inches in the easement there, and he was fussing at me.
That car was actually parked next to the police car that's parked there. Here's another Scientology van. And they have, I guess they have a real big event going on back there on the other side of the hotel. Yep.
One or the other.
Yep. All right, ready? We're going. Just remember, DeSantis signed that new law. They can run us down if they want to in the street. So
I think there are more nuances in the law than that.
well, if you're yelling "just stop oil," then I'm sure there's a lot of people who'd like to do that with the way those folks have been acting. Yeah. Here's something I got to ask y'all. Yeah. They're doing this plastic bag ban at the groceries. But, when we got home the other night from the grocery, everything that we bought at the grocery is either wrapped in or contained in plastic, but they're all upset about the plastic bags.
What store is that? Because where I shop, they give me plastic bags all the time.
Well, Kroger's been really big about it. They don't want to do that. There's big talk about they want to push for an actual legal ban on shopping bags.
That's too liberal in Florida.
They did it in New York State?
No, yeah. California too, yeah.
Wow.
You're gonna pay 10 cents if you want a bag.
Oh, you okay?
Oh, see, he's running around the pole.
Over in Southeast Asia, they don't have the plastic bags. They have those bags that feel like that fake skin stuff. What a pretty dog. Yeah. Yeah. That's a Labradoodle, isn't it?
Looks like Goliath a little bit.
So, all right, folks. So if you got any questions or comments, go ahead and put them in there. Let's see. Louise has one. Apparently, it's harder to recycle the typical shopping bag. I don't know. I watch these things and I see how they're saying that, but every single product that's coming out is absolutely encased in plastic. I know this spot. This was where Aaron was at, where he had all those trucks that kept coming by multiple times.
We scheduled.
Franklin and Garden Street.
Oh, Cheryl and I were, you see the entrance at the garage right there?
Yeah.
On the other side of the road? We were standing there, and one of the vans was coming in and went and pulled into a parking lot across the street just because they wanted to do a wide swing to go around us, so they didn't go next to us. And then they saw George across the street, and then they just stopped like a deer caught in the headlights. I said, what would Davey do? What would Davey do? And then they ended up going past George and doing a wide swing. Safe journeys, happy space travelers.
Can we talk about Xenu?
And it was just so funny. I had to make a short video on that one.
Just another one of those. How do you now in Michigan for like buses for like a church organization, on our plates we have a Y on there in the center, a small Y. Do they do any designation like that here in Florida?
Not so much anymore.
Right.
Like fleet vehicles will usually have an M.
Okay.
I don't think they're vehicles.
Yeah,
I don't think their vans have any kind of designation.
Okay.
It's pretty much if you see a dolphin van here, some are marked, some are not.
Right. Let's see here. Drivers can't run over people. Take all my own bags into. Yeah, we've got. My wife has a selection of canvas bags that she takes nowadays, and I'm not upset with her for doing that. I just to me, it just seems so odd that you're going to ban these bags, and there's so much plastic used in everything else. Now, are these all a bunch of Scientologists getting off here?
No, this is just public.
Oh, this is the public trolley set? Yeah, okay. All right. Yeah, we're parked over in the public lot over there where it says public parking.
Yeah.
So it just, the only signs we saw against it was you're not allowed to park overnight.
Gotcha.
But
Well, the car came after I parked. The car came into the same spot we were last night,
yeah,
and then I saw Cheryl walking over from the other side of my car, so I got out, started
Right.
talking to her, got my stream going. Then when we saw you guys here, I'm like, oh, that must have been them pulling in there to park,
oh, okay.
but obviously not. Because that car actually pulled into a spot that had a sign that said you had to have a permit or something to park
Oh,
there.
okay. Yeah, it said public parking on there, so. But,
I just
uh-oh,
tell everybody here after.
somebody's in trouble.
Excuse me. Can we get
Yeah.
somebody to take care of this?
Look at
This
this.
is embarrassing, you guys.
This is a
Are
palm
y'all
frond.
gonna leave this here all night? Look, there's a palm frond just laying across the bench. That's not a good look. Can
Shame.
we get somebody out here to work on that, please? Can we? That's a frond. That's
Folks,
a frond.
I am sitting here.
That's a frond.
I am looking at the door here behind me. I don't know if you can see that, but look at the space in between those doors. There's no kind of, that's just sad. That kind of space. How are you? Think about how much money they're losing in air conditioning or heating. I mean, that's not quality work. The next one down at the bottom there, you can see light going through the doors right there. I mean, such a beautiful building, and then you would go and put something like put doors up like that. Lori's laying into him about a palm frond that fell down and is laying across one of the lights there on one of the pillars. But she's letting them know you need to get that up. That's a big flap there. Let's see here. For carryout, I'm still using great cloth bags from the early 2000s. We in all of our travels, wherever we go, we've got one from, we got a couple from New Orleans, we got them from Florida, we got them from all over the place. We always end up somehow or another with those canvas bags with the handles on them. And that's what the wife's been using when she goes shopping now. Man, especially some of the places that she goes to don't offer actual, they have boxes out there that you can use, but they don't bag anything for you, and you actually have to do it all yourself. Oh, by the way, Chad and I went to this seafood restaurant today called Mr. and Mrs. Crab, and I got exactly what I wanted. I got a great big old plate of fried oysters. Chad got some cod, also got some catfish. Amazing. Mr. and Mrs. Krabs right here in Clearwater, Florida. It was amazing food. So if you get a chance, get over there and check them out. They, if you're down this way, I definitely recommend it. Great service, great staff, really good. So, hey, Diana, how's it going? Let's see. I'm trying to get to this question. Kareen, how is the weather here today? Chad? Kareen would like a weather report, sir. Where'd Lori go? Oh, okay. Oh, hold on a second. We'll get old Chad over here so he can do the weather report for you. All right,
folks.
Hold on, and you are in now.
My name is Clearwater Chad. I got something to say. The weather in Clearwater, folks. First of all, I need you guys to listen. I need you guys to pay attention, right, Poe? It is 75 and sunny in Clearwater, Florida. You know what else, Poe?
What's that?
Scientology is evil, Poe.
Let him
And
finish. Let him talk.
Chad's voice, Chad's voice is really breaking up today. As you can tell, I mean, you can tell by how deep my voice is tonight. We had, like I said, we had a really great day. We went and met with Matt Cox and his wife, had lunch with them. Matt has the Matt Cox True Crime channel. So it was learned a lot from the guy. He's a really intelligent guy, has a great channel, has a really good following. And then after that, we went out and we did a little alligator hunting because I couldn't leave here without seeing an alligator myself or without Chad getting to see an actual live alligator in the wild. And it was awesome. What? Oh, I know. Oh.
Yeah.
Look to your left. To the left. Beautiful. Look at these.
Oh,
Look at these pretty fur babies here. Oh, yeah. That baby. Oh man. That's how it's, folks. This is how it's supposed to be. Clearwater should be couples, families out here walking around, holding hands, coming down here with the beautiful fur babies, and having a nice evening in this cool weather, enjoying a night in a beautiful downtown area. But as you see, where's everybody at? Where? This beautiful downtown area, deserted. There's hardly any places that you can go. We were just over last night at Nash Keys, the dueling piano bar. And he's the guy, you see him on all the Clearwater City Council meetings where he's getting up there and he's talking about the fact that the whole downtown area is dead. This guy sunk his savings into getting this open. No, the guy with the Nash Keys dueling piano bar. And I'm telling you, that was a fantastic, they had a great show going. Now, inside the building, they had a great crowd in there. Everybody was up dancing and singing and having a good time. And that was one of the only places that actually had people down here because it was one of the only places that was actually open. All the rest of the places around here they're closed up. They have all these beautiful building fronts, but there's nothing inside. And if you look here, almost every room right there in the Fort Harrison, there's a few, those are probably hallways, but almost every room, the windows are blacked out. And if you look right here, you can see right there on the bottom corner, you can see that the curtains are open, but the window has some kind of film or something that's blocking out the light. So, I mean, this is why build something beautiful or buy something, make it look beautiful, only to hide it away from the world. This is the ridiculousness of this whole thing and how this is all going. Let's see, revoke tax exemption status from the cult of Scientology now. I hope that don't happen to Chicago. Probably will. Good evening. Hello. There we go. Another, just the second time around there. Yeah. All right, well, hold on a second for Lori to get here. But I tell you what, folks, it's been just a great time. We've been down here. We've seen a lot of great things down here. So got to meet up with that great SPTV crew that was down here last night. If you didn't see it in my community page, we had took a photograph from the table there. We had Aaron, we had Jenna Miscavige was there with us. We had Lori, we had Farrell Cheryl. And Farrell Cheryl, if you didn't see it, gave me my body Thetan with the cowboy hat on it. So that was awesome. Yeah. She had one specifically.
I couldn't find a mini 3D printer or a mini truck.
She couldn't find a mini 3D printer or truck for me. But I think that works out because everybody associates me with the whole cowboy thing because of the howdy, howdy, howdy. So it works out fine for me. I'm absolutely fine. What's the matter? Oh, yeah. They have cameras watching this park. And this is where I read the sign just a little bit ago that the Clearwater police are fully authorized to come here and to trespass anyone walking through here that is not designated. But the problem is that when they built this park, it was built with the claim that it was going to be open to the public. So apparently it's only open to certain public, but not all the public. Let's see. The ballroom of the Fort Harrison has a secret hidden wall panel that opens up on the balcony to the second. Oh, that's pretty
Good
cool.
evening.
Good evening.
Confronting and shattering black PR. You can never be nice and smile.
You must
So,
not speak English.
We just tried to talk to someone who passed us by. He wouldn't say anything to us. It's really a shame the Scientology gets to hog up such a beautiful building. Oh my goodness, yes. Folks, I don't have my reading glasses on, so if I can't read everything, sorry about that. Wow. Wow. This guy just come walking by. You could tell he had his tie on. He was dressed up and he had on a black jacket, but he would not engage with us. He really didn't even look at us as he went by. And they tried talking to him, but he wasn't responding. He wasn't saying anything. And if you see right here at this little gate here, if you look right over on the right side of the gate, there's a nice little camera there right next to the intercom box for it. And we'll see if they start playing their music when we get around the back side here again.
Start singing.
Has anybody heard from Aaron today?
No, but he's tied up.
Yeah. I didn't know if he was going to make it back out tonight or not, but
He's got
yeah.
other plans.
Yeah. And
They were having dinner.
you know, it's not like he's not allowed to have a life himself, folks. So, all right. Let's see here. Why have a hotel that no one stays in? And Diana B, you're awesome. Absolutely. Diana is awesome. So, hello. How are you doing?
What? Where do you play? All over. Oh, very cool. I'm a musician family as well. I sing. My daughter plays clarinet, so I understand gigging.
Now, I got to say, at least he engaged. And
I don't know if
even
he was
though,
here playing for them, but
yeah,
I mean, he's not a Scientologist, but he may have been playing for them.
yeah, because they had that full band over there.
Yeah, where else would he be?
So, and you never know who's actually a Scientologist that's watching us or not, because here it is, you see a group of people walking around with gimbals and cameras going. So it's pretty interesting.
Cheryl and I came out one night in squirrel costumes.
Oh, did you? Oh, yes, I remember that. Yeah.
I bought, back of peanuts.
Oh, that's awesome.
Free OT9 coming to an org near you
Oh,
soon. Peanuts.
that was so
we had
nice.
two ladies who were just smiling so big, and they were taking video of us because it was so cool. And they took our peanuts. We were excited to get our peanuts, and then they walked into the Fort Harrison.
Oh.
So I think they thought it was real. The OT9 was coming soon. That's why they were all excited. That's what I think. And I'm sure when they got inside, they were told otherwise. Oh, there's the boys in the band.
Oh, the band.
There you go. You guys are sounding good tonight. We heard you walking by. That was awesome. Okay, those guys are definitely not Scientology, because they were all smiles and happy, and they were glad to have someone give them a good review on how they did. We can hear it in there. We can hear them go. Oh, I wonder if Grant Cardone is in tonight. How about Tampa Brad? I wonder if he's here. I wonder if he's still looking for those coins under the couch. So, oh, earrings. Yes, the earrings that were dropped. Hold on, we're going to mute it for a second.
And a space navy, little baby Davy and a space navy, yeah. That's my,
I actually like that better than what they were playing there.
That's how I battle copyright.
Yeah, that works out just fine. Yep. Let's see here. Chad is right back there walking with Farrell Cheryl. They're not walking quite as quick as Lori and I are.
Perhaps you have a quicker pace.
Yeah.
Than,
we have a more determined pace. When Chad and I went to this park today, we went over to Lettuce Lake Park.
Oh, yeah.
So we could see some gators.
Okay, yeah.
And were walking around.
And snakes.
Yeah.
And,
We didn't get it. We didn't see any of those, but I was really wanting to get a good look at a cottonmouth while we were there, and of course we couldn't. But
you didn't really go on the water for that.
saw a real nice brown water snake laying out on a branch, and it was sunning itself.
Kayak?
No,
Oh,
no.
okay.
We didn't bring any swimming trunks or anything like that. I'm not going out in my jeans. But yeah, we saw about a 6-foot gator laying off of the observation tower
If you
there.
go out there at night
Oh
and
yeah.
you shine your flashlight out, you will see orange lights thank you all over.
Oh yeah, the eye shine is amazing. Well, believe it or not, I caught. And if you look here, folks, you can see a nice little security camera right there. They got them all over this place. Yep.
With the security for the
Clearwater Police over here. And yeah, that's really interesting. And I've got a question for you, Clearwater Police. With all the people who have come out and are talking about the fact our children are being trafficked for the purposes of work and for things like that, and they do it under the guise of it being a religious act or a religious volunteer system that they're doing, when it is literally one of those, Dan and Chad, literally, they are trafficking children. There are children from other countries. They're shipping children out of the United States. They're bringing people into the United States from other countries. We have all these stories of the survivors of Scientology going on with this. Clearwater Police, how can you justify working security for this organization? How can you justify it? Same goes out to Los Angeles Police Department. With all that you know, with all of the fake 911 calls that have gone in, and all the things that have been happening, the false arrest of Aaron Smith Levin, the false arrest of DOA, all these folks who ended up being arrested and then had to be released because there was no charges they could bring against them. Good evening, ladies. And the fact is that you have all this going on. How can you justify working security for such an organization? This is absolutely ridiculous, unprofessional in and of itself. And gentleman right there in the white SUV, even though the lights were flashing and saying it's a pedestrian walkway, came up and decided that he was just going to go ahead and drive right on through. And, just amazing. Here we have another shuttle has pulled up right over here. Pulled up right after we walked by. It couldn't be coordinated that they do it after we walk by. And folks, if I'm missing any of your chat, I do apologize, but I am, I'm trying to walk, talk, chew gum, talk to Lori, Cheryl, and Chad at the same time while I'm trying to keep up with the chat. So I'm not trying to ignore anyone. Like I said, I always appreciate everyone being here and being part of this. It's beautiful night, just absolutely beautiful. So there's a lot of people who seem to be walking up to these buildings, but there's no one who's actually walking around down here in Clearwater. There's, as you saw, pretty much anyone that we've dealt with as we're walking through are either going directly into these buildings or they're, we saw two couples that were walking. The one had the beautiful pair of Huskies. So it is actually a really nice night here, folks. I am really enjoying it.
Hi, guys.
Yeah. Good evening, gentlemen.
How's it going? Going into course? You don't speak
Thank you.
English? No comprendo? No comprendo?
Lori. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I thought communication skills were part of the whole process. Yeah, I thought that isn't that part of going clear is the communication skills?
It's way early.
Way early. Oh, wow.
Very early.
Yeah, and yet it seems we are running into so many people who have no communication skills. I'm actually hurt by the fact that these people, I say hello, good evening. You heard me. Good evening, gentlemen. Didn't even look at me, just turned away and started talking to his friend. That's so rude. You know, the next one I'm gonna have to ask him, can we talk about Xenu? That seems maybe that'll get some kind of response from him. And here we go, another delivery coming up. So they're so nicely dressed. They're so nicely dressed. And, you know, that woman's got pipes on her. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Lori Plays got pipes to spare.
I don't know how accurate it was, but the other night, Cheryl brought a decibel counter, and I was at like 124.1, something like that.
Wow. Wow. Is this a California plate? That looked like a California plate on that car. They had a front license plate, but we'll see if they come back around because they're hopping and skipping around the corner pretty good there. Like I said, hopefully if we get to see them tonight, we'll be able to get something for you. Oh, that van saw us, and now they're going. They just had a shuttle bus just pull up to the corner here. Look, they had the turn signal on. They saw us, and they just went straight on across. I hope that I would really feel bad if we felt like we were interrupting their, you know, that they're going around and wasting fuel. You know, why don't they just turn right down the street? I mean, it was proven, I believe it was by UPS, that they're going to have them turn all right. So, you know, they set it up so that that's how they do it. What's up? I got a camera hidden in the bushes there. Oh, yeah, there we go. Nice little camera right up there in the bushes, folks. Yeah. So I am staying on the sidewalk. I'm not touching anything out here because I'm not giving them any room to sit there and say that I've done anything, because we already know. What is that? That is a nice looking car. It's a Toyota Camry. Wow. That was a nice looking Toyota Camry. I'd like to have, you know, congratulated the driver, owner, whatever, on such a nice looking vehicle, but he wasn't interested in stopping and talking to us. That's, again, my feelings are hurt by how these folks are treating us here. We
They used to have in some of these little spots here.
Yeah.
They used to have like cameras in the rest of
Oh,
We haven't
nice.
spotted them lately. Oh, and the palm frond is still here. Come on, people.
Yeah. The palm frond is still down on the light. I would hate to see.
What is this up here anyway? Oh, it's not lipstick. It's like
It's a
lip balm. Or
yeah,
something.
yeah. As you see right here, folks, this palm frond has fallen down, and we have this light here. And
Embarrassing.
not only embarrassing, but if the wind catches that right, puts it up against there, could that be a fire hazard? And there's the doors. And of course, the doors have security cameras beside of them. Both doors, if you look right, let me get my finger over there, right? Okay, right there, that little square right there, security camera. Little, they look like there's little Amazon security cameras. Maybe they're spending too much money on making sure that the cob has the breakfast that he wants before he starts his day of humiliating, you know, the executives and everything. Great. Hope you get help on both days. Okay. Let's see. All right, folks. So we've made it around the flag building. Now, I gotta ask them what it is. But there's a couple of other buildings. But right across the street, kitty corner from Flag, and across the street from Fort Harrison, you have the Presbyterian Church, and they held out and refused to sell. Now they have this beautiful church that's there. And apparently, listen, from talking to Lori and Cheryl and Aaron and everyone, they say that these are some of the nicest, most welcoming people they've met, that they can walk up and say hi to them, and they're willing to engage, they're willing to talk to them. I am quite disappointed at the fact that I come out here, I make a trip all the way down from Detroit all the way to Clearwater, Florida, and I can't get anyone here that is part of this organization that will even say hello to me. And I'm being very respectful of it. You heard me. I'm hello, gentlemen, ladies. How are you? But apparently they don't want to do that. As we have the beautiful flag building right behind us. I'm not lying, folks. These buildings look beautiful. They really do. It's wow. I'm really surprised, but I'm also a bit, just a simple fact of the amount of security cameras they have around these buildings. If you look up on the corner here of the Fort Harrison, you can see right there, right above my finger, there we go, right there. That is a motion security camera. And then right over here, that little dot there is another security camera. And you look down, there's even more of them as you go down the building. Now, they've got it set up underneath the canopy there so that when you go underneath of it, they're playing what could be copyrighted music. I don't know if it is or not. And this bus coming by right here is actually a city bus. It's not associated with Scientology. It sounded pretty rough, though, I can tell you that. Again, here it is. It is a Sunday night, a beautiful Sunday night, and there are so few people out here. This downtown area is dead, and it shouldn't be. There should be tons of people walking down here. There should be just amazing restaurants, bistros, different little shops there where they can actually come down here and have a good evening, a good family evening, enjoy their time down here. But the problem is that this whole area, it's so sad to see how deserted and desolate this is. How is this? And again, what beautiful buildings. Beautiful, beautiful. Oh no, look at that. Oh yeah. May I get a photo of your dog there?
I'm a little tired right now.
Okay. That's pretty though. But you know, I can understand. She said she's a little tired, but here it is. We got Lori's back there shouting her proclamations at the security cameras. You got me out here talking. We've all got our gimbals. We're walking around, and it's very apparent that we are either recording or live streaming while we're down here. So let's see. I'm trying to keep up with everything. Hey, Rachel, how's it going? Doc, what's going on with you tonight? Oh, Miss Sunrise Dawn, how are you doing? All right. It's good to see a lot of people in here watching, and I'm trying to keep it up a little bit louder as we pass by the canopy of the Fort Harrison there, because as I said, they keep playing copyrighted music, and I don't want to engage with their copyrighted music and have them be able to file a copyright strike against me. I mean, it's pretty well known that they're willing to do those kinds of things. And you see, we got Lori Plays back here. We got Captain Farrell Cheryl, and we have Clearwater Chad there. So I did order a, let me see what Mona had to say there. Looks like most churches have evil priests. Just look at little Davy, the fake Space Navy. There you go. And Miss Lori is singing it again. Let's see here. Ron DeSantis signed House Bill 1571, which prohibits picketing and protesting outside of a person's place of residence, sending unruly mobs to private residences like we have seen with the angry crowds.
Yeah, that's the right. I'd have to read that in its entirety to get the nuance of the law.
You know, I can understand with the rioting crowds and all that and what they've been doing. But the problem you have is we got a thing in this country called a constitution.
And we're not protesting. We're First Amendment auditing.
Yeah, that's it. That's the thing is I am out here. Uh, I'm out here doing what I'm legally allowed
You're
to.
documenting what you see.
Documenting. I am working as a private journalist. And there's another nice camera right there in the bush. And I just barely caught it because of I saw the red lights.
I like to do it's so low. I like to do a booty shake.
Lori's gonna give him a nice boot. She likes to give him a booty shake there. So I'm. What happened?
Do you want to come get a close up?
Well, that's a disabled parking spot, and
Wait a minute. Is that Chad? Is that the car that was following us last night? That looks like a Jeep Cherokee.
Is that not an official city car? Yes, it is. It is the car. Okay, it is the car.
What is that? The parking guy? Yeah. Okay. We had a city parking official was over here taking a photograph of a vehicle, and so wow. Oh, did they get a ticket?
Bo can have it waived.
How can I have a
You do it, Bo. You bad.
I've got no pull down here in Clearwater. That's for sure.
Anyone can do it.
But like I said last night, folks, every interaction I've had with the Clearwater Police so far, other than the guy who was parked across the street from us there at the 113th at the Ruth Eckerd Hall, who was barking commands over the PA system instead of coming over and actually talking to us. Every other Clearwater police officer that I've dealt with has been professional. They really have. They've been nice. They've been professional. They've been courteous. I had no problems with them. They were actually really nice folks. And now Lori's got me looking in every nook and cranny as I walk by.
We've inspected all of them.
Yeah.
It's actually Mark Bunker who told us about that.
Oh, Mark Bunker's the one who told you guys about all the hidden cameras and microphones in the cracks and crevices.
He showed us
Wow.
in these little things. Sometimes there's a little red light.
And I got to say that I'm, the thing is, the more I walk around here, every door to this building where it's a double door, you can see a clear line of light from inside the door.
And you know what that means? Film tech. Film tech on the door.
Oh, you mean you can't see any light through the door, but you can see it. Yeah, if you look here, folks.
Hey, we see ya. See you. Film tech is a flunk. Film tech's a flunk.
So you can see there's a nice line of light going right in between those two doors there, but there's no light coming through the glass on the doors. So they're using some kind of shading on there to stop you from being able to see inside. I'm not worried about it. It's to me, it's just a waste of time. I'm not even really interested in what they're doing in there. What I'm interested in is when they're going to stop with bringing people into this country, taking people out of this country, using them as free labor. That's what I want to know when they're going to stop. As a law enforcement officer, it is, to me, that is very important. We have this organization that are doing these things. Oh, what's going on, man? I'd love to. We're out here filming it, making sure we're getting everything documented. So, but see, there we have a young man walking down the street. He hears here's what we're saying. He's listening to us, and he's like, "They're right there. Go get them." Hey, looks like there's a nice little group around here on the corner getting into the vans. So, thank you, sir. Oh, where did they go? Well, remember, let's talk about Xenu. Young man's over there going, ET phone home. So,
My new superhero.
oh, that's awesome. it's nice to have someone that's willing to talk to us. We've spent so much time trying to talk to so many other people, and no one wants to talk to us out here. We're being very pleasant, being very polite. You've heard me talking to everybody, gentlemen, ladies. I'm trying to be as I'm not being confrontational at all. I'm just, have a good evening. I'm trying to exchange pleasantries. What do I get? I get ignored. And it was nice to actually have someone that finally said something back to us. Let's see. It's funny that they don't care about the weather stripping on doors, wasting air conditioning, exactly like I was talking about. But then again, they must try to peek through the slots. Yes. Well, that's what I find interesting. And we've been pointing them out as we go, because we'll actually see a little glimmer of reflection, or we'll see the infrared setups on these cameras out here, where they have the hidden security cameras right here in the bushes, and they are, they're filming everything that's going by. How much energy is being used for the computers to run these? Let's see, Me Too Po, SA child labor and child trafficking has to go at once. Absolutely. Again, I throw out the challenge to the Clearwater Police Department. Are you going to take the word of those who have left Scientology and are now coming out and telling their stories about the child SA, about the child trafficking, the child abuse, the child labor laws? Lord, that palm frond's still out there. Someone's really, really messing up. But then again, they might be afraid to come out here. Question. Let me get to it real quick here. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to miss your question, Louise. What is the thing you found most different between what you expected, seen on YouTube TV, versus real life experience? You don't understand the magnitude and the glory of these buildings. Like I said, these are beautiful, beautiful buildings. The grounds, I mean, I am really impressed with that. You don't see that in these videos. And I mean, I'm on my Samsung Galaxy, and I think it puts out some really great video. And in fact, here it is. You can barely see that this is, yeah, I got some pipes on me too, but you can barely see that it's doing great with picking up on the low level light here. And so I'm happy about that fact, because I can actually show you. And like I said, this is a beautiful building. It could be so much more. It could be so much more than the flagship for human trafficking, for child abuse, for the disintegration of families. Save Bob Ferris. Where's Bob Ferris? That's something that we need to know. Our girl, Liz Ferris, who thought her father was dead for 15 years. All right. She was told her father was dead. And then she gets a phone call saying, hey, he's got a deadbeat bill. Are you going to pay for it? All right. And then talking with others who have blown, they realize not only that he must not be dead, that he's probably tried to blow or has blown. And here's the thing is, you've got this young lady who's a beautiful soul, beautiful person, who has been devastated by the fact she thinks that her father has left and that he's no longer with us. And come to find out, he is, and that he is not only alive, but he's in his 70s, and they've got him digging ditches outside of their property. To me, that right there speaks volumes for what this organization is and does. All right. You have our girl, Miriam. Beautiful, beautiful soul, Miriam. You know what she went through. We all have heard the stories. We all know how they treated her, what they did to her. And here it is. They continue to operate like there's nothing wrong with what they did. You're going to make your victim go and work with the perpetrator of the acts on her and try to keep her from filing her police report. Try to keep her from being able to move forward with her life. Why? Because she turned her back on the organization that allowed it to happen. Not only allowed it to happen, but covered it up and tried to stop her voice. That's what this is. And it doesn't matter how beautiful a building you have. It doesn't matter how beautifully manicured or landscaped it is. It doesn't matter if you're destroying people, if you are destroying children. You are perpetuating evil. How many people are no longer with us that have either taken themselves out of this world because of what this organization has done to them? How many people? And they continue. They've got people. Last night we were watching at the 113th birthday celebration at Ruth Eckerd Hall as Ferraris, Bentleys, vehicles worth hundreds of thousands of dollars go pouring into the parking lot there. How can you hold yourself upright knowing that you support these kinds of actions? Let me see here. The garage behind Poe right now is where the RPF used to live. Oh, wow. Let's see. So Clearwater Flag Prison. Oh, yeah, there you go. Louise, you are speaking the truth, Poe. You can hear the passion in your voice. And that's because I believe what I'm saying. All right. You can't speak to someone like Miriam, hear her story, and not believe it. And if it doesn't affect you some way, how can, I mean, what kind of person are you to hear the story, to hear Liz and see her cry because they made her believe her father was dead for 15 years. And then she sees either a photo or video of her dad digging ditches in his 70s. And we were just talking about the other day when Liz was on the channel with me. At my age, at 55 years of age, for a man like me, one of the number one killers in the wintertime is shoveling snow. They got him out there in his late 70s, digging gravel ditches along a fence line. How? This is ridiculous. This organization needs to lose its tax exempt. This organization needs to be held accountable. Wavy Davy and his fake space Navy. Let's talk about Xenu, but they need to be held accountable. They need to have the full effect of law enforcement on them. They need to be taken down. Instead of living in a penthouse in the corner of a building overlooking this deserted city, a city that is dying.
See, this is why he has 1,500 people in his chat, because he's out here preaching. He's stomping the pavement and he's preaching it.
But that's what we need. We've got to get impassioned.
It's facts.
We've got to. Good evening, sir. Ooh, where'd you get that coffee? All righty.
There's also a Starbucks down that way, but I think they closed.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
The coffee looked really good. Thank you.
It's the only Starbucks.
All right, let's talk about all of these things that are going on and the fact that it's, again, Clearwater Police. Are you going to step up and do your job? You have people formally wanting to make reports about abuses, about child trafficking, about SA that has happened here on this property. Are you going to do your job? To the chief of the Clearwater Police Department, from a retired chief of police, are you going to do your job? Are you going to hold your honor and integrity in place? Are you going to do what you're supposed to do? Investigate crimes, especially the most heinous, which are acts against children. Are you going to do your job? To the chief, to the Internal Affairs Bureau of the LAPD, are you going to do your job? Are you going to to investigate these heinous acts? Or are you going to continue to ignore them? Well, I had called, but we got here on Saturday. And of course, the chief is not in on Saturday or Sunday, so I can't get in to see him. But when I get back down here, I would like to formally arrange. Ooh, that car tried to drive up through the park. Are they going to get trespassed? Shame. Apparently, they didn't go clear, and their communication levels weren't to the point that they could actually see that that was not a driveway. It was actually a civilian walkway into a park. But sometimes when your vision is clouded by body thetans and by the effects of Xenu on you. Yep, that's it. The Xenu filter. That's what they've got on all these windows around here. It's not film. It's Xenu filter. Oh, boy, that's a nice one there. Let's see if we can see it there. Unfortunately, in StreamYard, I can't focus in on it. But if you look, I'm trying to move my finger, trying to figure out where I'm at. In this window right here, they have a really fancy, expensive camera system up there watching this area here. There's one camera that is pointed directly across at us. They have another one that's pointed off on a diagonal. There's so much to see every time you walk around this place. Every time we walk around, we see something new, some new cameras. Let's see. Too bad Serge couldn't be with you. Yeah, it'd be great to have Serge here. But when I get out to LA, hopefully we're going to be able to see Serge out there, and we're going to be able to join Serge and the Squirrel Squad out there and have a good time doing our First Amendment auditing of Scientology there. So, and we're just watching every vehicle that's going by us. Chad channel now here to share time and hit the yes, please. Make sure you're hitting the like button, folks. That's how we get more people to hear what's going on. That's how we're able to share the stories of what is happening that's out here. Let me see. I see that was a nice long comment there. Hey, Sir Crepitus, thank you. And by the way, we had a magnificent seafood dinner at Mr. and Mrs. Crab here in Clearwater, Florida. Oh my goodness. We had to take home, we had to doggy bag it because we couldn't eat it all. When you are ready, badge your way in to get a meeting with the chief, I would gladly fly out to join you on that. I want to do the same with LAPD, but I don't have quite the same juice as you. Like I was saying, I wanted to meet with the chief, but unfortunately we got here on Saturday. Chad could only get so much time off from work, so we did it the best way that we could, and we felt that we would have the best impact just getting down here and getting out here with the folks like Lori Plays, Farrell Cheryl, and if you saw last night, Aaron Smith-Levin was out here along with Danny Monsterson. And how did everybody like the cake? The cake that said happy birthday in all blue lettering to LRH. And then the other side of it in all orange, matching the orange is the new black jumpsuit colors, that says happy 30 to life, Danny Masterson. So let me know how you guys like that. The cake was really good. And yes, it's me, Jane. It's me, Jane. If you hadn't heard me just a few minutes ago, I was asking, where's Bob Ferris? Save Bob Ferris? Why can we not save Bob Ferris? Why won't they let him go? He's 70 some years old. That man needs to be able to go and live the rest of his life in comfort with his daughter, rebuilding his relationship with his daughter who loves him and so wants to be with her father and get to know him. And sorry about the finger coming across the camera there, but I'm trying to scroll this down. Splog, there was a human trafficking op investigated by the previous state attorney general, Pam Bondi. Miss Bondi afterward was at a Scientology ceremony and took campaign money. Oh, you got to be Pam Bondi. What is wrong with you? You're investigating human trafficking against this organization and you show up at one of their events and take campaign money from them? Are you bought and paid for, Pam Bondi? Is that who you are? Are you bought and paid for? Is that how members of Congress go in with a salary of $70-some thousand a year and end up multi-millionaires, hundreds of millions of dollars? Is that how, Pam Bondi? You explain it to me. Absolutely ridiculous. Sue Irwin, hey bud, hope you are drinking water tonight. Yeah, I've been drinking really good, been making sure I have been hydrating very well. Chad, Free Zenu says hello. How's it going, my man?
Hey,
Good evening. So, all right, folks. Yeah, even though it is a nice, comfortable night, you know, I'm out here, I'm getting a little emotional. So yeah, I am sweating, but that's par for the course for a big old boy like me. Pretty much, you show me a picture of the sun and I burn, or I start sweating. So that's how it is. I say it all, chats. Let's see here. I bet DeSantis takes money from the cult. You know what? If Ron DeSantis takes money from the cult, that's going to break my heart. Let's see here. Wouldn't be surprised if he did. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. I say Phil Anderson. Yes. Douglas Williams, good evening. This is my first live stream with you. Well, thank you for joining us, Doug. Thank you so much. Appreciate you being here. And it's great that you get to be here for my, your first live with me. That I am here in downtown Clearwater, Florida, down here with Lori Plays and with Captain Farrell Cheryl down there. She's got on her captain's hat. I don't believe she's captaining the Minnow. I believe it could be the Keebler Navy that she is captaining tonight. So, Incarnasol, how are we doing tonight? Tracy Land 42. LOL, I can relate to that. Lily White Skin. Yeah, you're telling me. Us gingers, buddy, we get burned up pretty easy. How we doing there? Clearwater police driving by there. Made sure they stopped and got a good look at us. You know, we're such dangerous, deviant people, of course, I mean, we're not part of a cult that human traffics children. We're not part of a cult that hides the SA of children. Can we talk about Xenu? I mean, I think Xenu is an important thing to talk about. Why will no one talk to me about Xenu? That gentleman just got out of his car and walked across the street there. He made sure as soon as I said the word Xenu, he turned and wouldn't look at us and just made his way on across the street. Is there something about that somehow makes them feel uneasy, the fact that we know about Xenu? Just want to make sure we aren't going to have any tonight. But let's see. Let me see what we got here. Mona Engler, nothing wrong with deviant behavior as long as it doesn't break any laws. And that's exactly, I am not here breaking laws, folks. I am out here exercising my First Amendment rights. I am documenting my travels up and down a public sidewalk. I am documenting this for my own personal safety, as we saw what happened with Aaron Smith-Levin. We saw what happened to Chris. We saw what has been happening to DOA. So we want to make sure that we are documenting what's happening. So if something does happen to me, got it out there. And I'm doing it on live stream so that there's no way they can go, oh, sorry, it got deleted on your phone. Nope, they're going to have to delete it on how many thousands of devices? Let's see here. 3-hour tour up to the Elven Magic Tree. That's correct. Let's see. Let's see. I saw one that I wanted to get on there. Had snow in Lansing, Michigan today. Wow. The wife was telling me that her and Roscoe were all covered up on the couch because it was cold back home. Telling you it wasn't here, buddy. Chad and I went and we walked through this, they call it Lettuce Lake Park here, just outside, in between Tampa and Clearwater. And that's where I got that nice little photograph of about a 5 or 6 foot American alligator that was sitting there just floating on the water. Beautiful little fella. Didn't get to see any venomous snakes. You know, I really wanted to, but I didn't get to see any. And so I was able to, at least get that photograph. Chad and I we walked probably about 3 to 4 miles through that park. But I'll tell you what, we didn't realize it was that daggone hot out there. Woo, we found out real quick. You could have wringed my underwear out. All right, that's how hot it was. Let's see. So, Crepidus, I want to know who invented the eternal battery keeping Xenu. Oh, Tesla. Tesla did in one of his prior lives. So, you know, Tesla, they're saying Tesla actually came back as Elon Musk. Well, that's under, you know, probably under the Scientology beliefs of reincarnation. So I wouldn't be surprised. I really wouldn't. Again, folks, I am so heartbroken that I am out here in such a beautiful downtown area, and there's no one out. It's a Sunday night. People should be out here enjoying. So, all right, folks. Well, it is 9:34 in the evening. We've been going for an hour and 15 minutes now. Like I said, Chad and I are whooped. And I'm going to put a link in for the review of that hotel. That place is absolutely horrible. I'd rather go sleep on those Japanese tatami beds that we sleep on over there, because those rock hard beds are better than what we've been sleeping on. Those two beds there in that hotel room, my gosh. So they're like 300 years old. And here it is, that hotel. A hotel. It was through Expedia, but I mean, it's the kind of place where you walk into the bathroom and you can see where the ceiling has fallen through, and they've just put random pieces of drywall up in there and plastered it and left it.
Like, give you some recommendations.
Yeah, well, I just tried to do it all in one booking. You know how you do the bundles and all that. So normally when I travel, like if I go out of country, I'll Airbnb it, but I'll have my friends tell me where's the good places. You know, with this one. And see, 2 weeks ago, I was down with the COVID. So we were in real bad shape. Didn't know if we were going to be able to make this. Finally cleared, tested negative. Doctor said, you're good to go. Everything, go ahead and do it. We booked it all pretty much last minute. I had to. Chad had already taken the time off of work. He has to reserve the time. So, all right, folks, thank you so much for joining us tonight. We love each and every one of you. It is awesome. Thank you so much for being here with us. This has been such an impactful thing. I actually get to be here at Flag and see what they're doing. And I'm just, you know, like I said, beautiful buildings, beautiful grounds, but a dead, deserted city. This city deserves so much more, you know, and that's a real problem I have with this. And I just don't know. I just want to know if we can talk about Xenu. I want to know if we can talk about Thetans. I want to know if we can talk about how it is you can go up the bridge and you can cure yourself of anything, but yet there's so many high-level Scientologists that are in cancer centers in South America and in the Caribbean. That's what I want to know about. Those are the things I want to know. All right, folks. Thank you so much for being with me. Be safe. Have a good evening, and we will see you all soon. There will not be a live tomorrow because Chad and I are not landing in Detroit until after 7:30. So there won't be enough time for me to get back and set up and do the live. So hopefully I'll be able to do it Tuesday. I'm going to have to medicate and get at least one day of downtime and get myself ready. But folks, as always, I appreciate each and every one of you. You all mean so much to me. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe. And, you know, I just want to know, why can't we talk about Xenu? And I want to know, where's Bob Ferris? Where is Shelley Miscavige? Where? How does someone disappear like Shelley Miscavige? I didn't mean to, but apparently that guy might have heard me as he was going in. All right, folks, thank you so much. As always, life is short. You get one shot, make it count. Well, hold on.